Don't forget to hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe. Turn on that notification bell so you know when videos drop. Thanks for watching.
Today I'm going to do a special interview with my friend Willie the Crop Duster. If you watched many of our videos in the past, Willie the Crop Duster was the crop duster who came here, who was very interested in trying to make sure that the crop dusters were going to map out our farm so nothing harmful happened to our farm when they were spraying during the spraying season, which is usually July and August. It's now 4 months later, and I decided that I would like to ask Willie the Crop Duster some special questions so I, as a homeowner around farm fields, can understand what farmers do and what crop dusters do and crop consultants do. And I had many questions, and Willie the Crop Duster's on the phone with a phone interview. And Willie, say hi to everybody out there.
How you doing, Mr. Dennis?
I'm going to start with the first question today. How did you decide to fly your crop duster in the state of Iowa?
The company I fly for gets contracts. They get contracts in Illinois, Iowa, Missouri. You got like 7 pilots. They ship me to Iowa.
Who contacts you to spray the fields here in Iowa?
My boss has been flying up there many years before I started flying for him. But had that contact for I don't know how many years, probably 10 years. Another one of his friends from Mississippi has the contact.
How did you guys come up with the particular airport that you were supposed to spray out of?
Pretty much wherever your corn is, you want to fly from the closest airport. Chemical companies, the fertilizer place, 20 acres around each airport. You just go to the nearest airport and fly it.
I assume someone tells you what field to spray. How does that work?
Every day they come out, the farmers turn in when the corn needs to be sprayed. They put their name in there and they tell them what fields they want sprayed, and then there's maps and GPS coordinates, and we go do it whenever they say do it.
So I assume that they tell you what chemicals to be sprayed on a specific field, correct?
Correct.
Now the next question I have is, how do you prepare to spray a field, and what do you do before you get into your plane, before you spray that field?
Usually, first thing in the morning you go out, and we have a crew out there. We do our pre-flights on our airplane, check the tires, and once we do our pre-flight on our airplane, they have a stack of maps for us, and they give them to us, and then it's preloaded. We come up, and they pump it in our maps they give us, and there's like 12 planes out there, different companies, and we have like 4 for our company, and just everybody goes out and flies the fields they're assigned to.
So those are the people who pretty much supplied the chemicals that you're going to spray on any given field from that particular airport, correct?
That is correct.
How do you know what ratios to mix the chemicals that are being sprayed on any particular field?
It's pre-mixed when it comes to us, and we pull our plane up. It's already mixed. They pump down so many acres in our airplane. We carry about 350 acres of load in our plane, and they pump that much chemical in it. We go do 350 acres. We come back. They pump another 350 in it. Give us another map. We go do that.
Is there something that you haven't said that you can share with me on that?
As a pilot, when we come in there, they give us a map. We fill out the wind direction, wind temperature, time of day. Then our computers in the airplane have a file number, and we got to put that on there. And it has to be filled out before we take off every time to go do a field. Time we start, time we end. If there's a complaint, the ag board, they look at what we filled out, the wind, temperature, airspeed, and all that stuff, and they know where we're at. And then the file for our GPS on that piece of paper. Then we turn our files in at the end of the week, and they can fly our airplane on a computer and see right where we're at now.
I guess the other question a lot of the people who are watching this will probably want to know, I do especially, I think you've told me once before, but I think most people don't know this. Do you read the labels of all pesticides that you're going to apply on a field before you apply them, or are you aware of them, or what can you tell me on that?
The chemicals we put in plane, the pilots know. We have read it, and it's the same chemical just about for every job. I mean, it's different kinds of fungicides, but we know what the labels say. Yes, the labels are available for us right there at the airport. You know, you don't read them every day because it's the same label.
How do you know if a place has sensitive crops before you spray?
Oh, that's easy. On our map, the chemical company puts a 1-mile ring around it per feed. They'll put a ring around it for sensitive areas. This is the hospital, this is the school, and on the map, we have it marked.
So then when they are marked, do you have to do anything special if there's like sensitive crops like on our property here? And how do you deal with that?
Just stay away from it, call the owner and let him know we're coming in, give him a chance to do whatever he wants to do, put birds up. You know, people have chicken farms, they have, other stuff. We just gotta bump them, watch for them, be courteous, stay away from them.
What do you do if you know you're spraying close to a house? Does that happen often for you?
It happens pretty much every day when you're doing the corn. Wind direction is the most important thing, and temperature, and we just buffer the field, don't fly over the house. And if the wind gets up, you got to label how much wind you can put stuff out. It has a limit, a cutoff limit on the wind.
How do you know if your products that you're spraying are not drifting? Is there something that helps you as a crop duster be aware of this problem of drifting?
Wind direction, wind speed. We set our nozzles to different droplet sizes, and we try to get them at the biggest droplets, not such the finest ones where they float in the air. And we take our planes and we test them on the test site, see about the drifts, and then we don't run our booms, our nozzles all the way out to the end of the boom where the vortice is. We bring them in about 60% of the wing, and that cuts back on the drift. And then we have stuff you can put in on chemical drift control. You put into the water, and it helps not drift.
I'm aware of fieldwatch.com. Are you aware of that? And if you are, how long have you known about it?
You told me about it the first time known about it, and sure enough, I called the people, and we had a great talk about it. They're willing to help everybody find a sensitive area. Real nice people. And I've called them a couple of times and talked to them.
A farmer wants a field sprayed, and then he talks to the crop consultant, who then contacts a company who supplies the chemicals, and then who hires you and your company to spray a given field. Is that correct? Is there anything you would like to add or tell me more about that?
The farmer has the say-so, but I think the crop consultant goes out and tries the farmer's crop, and then he calls the farmer and says, hey, I think you need to spray this. You need to spray it within a week, or it's not ready yet, or it is ready. He tells the farmer, and the farmer tells the chemical people, and the chemical people bring us back.
What do you do to protect yourself from the chemicals and any harmful effect of the chemicals that you're spraying? Are you ever concerned about that, or what do you do to protect yourself?
Like I said, everything's preloaded. We don't touch chemical. We don't mix chemical. It's already mixed when it gets to us. They pump it in our airplane. The only thing that might affect us is we fly the field wrong and we fly back through the chemicals, gets on our windows and stuff. We get out of the plane like that. The ag pilots nowadays, they got so much stuff in the airplane to help them. The wind's coming out of the east. You start on the west side and you move back to the east, so you don't fly back through the chemical in the field.
How long have you been a pilot spraying farm pesticides or any farm-related products?
I started in 1980.
How many states do you fly and apply any of the farm chemicals, or do you use your crop duster for any other applications outside of spraying for farm pesticides and that kind of thing?
My main job is that I do the corn run, usually just 4 weeks out of the year, and then I go back to fertilize, dry fertilizer on pine trees the rest of the year. I apply pretty much every month of the year, putting out fertilizer on pine trees, and I do everything down here from Oklahoma, Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Florida, Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, where I put the dry fertilizer for timber companies.
I discovered something new about having ADSB in your plane. I know that most viewers don't know what that is. I didn't know what that is. And can you tell me if you think that's valuable to have in your plane as a crop duster? Have you had any problems with crop dusters not having it and causing problems with you when you were doing your job up in the air?
Well, no, it's a great thing to have. Some of these controlled airports, you've got to have it. They won't let you come in there no more. Crop dusters should have it. And it's an in and out where you can see them, but they can't see you. Mine is an in and out where I see them, they can see me. I think every plane in the world should have one. We got smoke this year up there in Iowa, and I could see planes coming, but I couldn't see them, because the visibility was so bad. But you just avoid them, and they avoid you. And it's really good to have. Helicopters have them, planes have them. Just anything flying should have them. It's a great thing to have.
It could be scary while you're flying up there, and I assume your particular plane has this ADSB, correct?
Yeah, like I said, probably 90% of the crop dusters all have them. It's really good.
We're near the end of our interview. Most people think that all you do is just fly a crop duster. You do something else on the ground and spend quite a bit of time doing something else. You want to tell our viewers what a crop duster does when he's not up in the air doing his job?
Most crop dusters, we're all like crescent wrenches. We fit every job. We have a construction crew. My son does. I run dozers, track hoes. We've got dirt pits. I load dump trucks. Other crop dusters, they farm. They drive tractors, plant, combine. It's just, we get out of the plane. We just all stay busy. We got families just like everybody else. We got cows, chickens, dogs, pigs, goats. It's just, we stay busy all year round. All crop dusters do.
And I remember you said in one of the last interviews, you always wanted to make sure you came home to a safe environment for all your critters on your place. Like I do here in Iowa, we always have, I call it flyby season with the crop dusters up there. And I can't tell you how happy I am am with having a relationship with a crop duster and understanding more after this interview today of what you really do. Maybe others out there will understand crop dusters better. And I'm only hoping that the farmers, crop consultants, and the chemical companies would be willing enough to find out a little bit more about Mr. Peacock and other people who are maybe raising other crops and animals. I can't thank you enough for being on this interview today. Is there anything else you would like to add, Willie the crop duster? Otherwise, we'll probably see you flying over next summer.
We're just like you. We all care about the environment, care about our neighbors. And I think it's just a communication thing. They don't know what we're doing. I call the airport manager. We call everybody and say, hey, we're coming in to put dry fertilizer out. We all watch the environment, and all crop dusters are like that. They don't want to get nothing on nobody.
Well, thank you so much for the time, and I look forward to talking to you again. And now I have a new friend, Willie the crop duster, and I hope the viewers of this video will learn something about a crop duster. We sure have, and I'm sure glad I got a brand new friend. Thanks for viewing. Order the Wacky World of Peafowl books at peafowl.com.